up, it's Cinema Shogun here, and over the past couple of days, there has been a steady little trickle of information about Britney Spears. You know, the other day I reported to you all that her book has been delayed again. They claim there may be some lawsuits incoming from Justin Timberlake, Colin Farrell, other Hollywood A-listers who are upset by what's contained in the book. I believe there was a recent TV special about her on some news channel, and I know on Monday, May 15th, TMZ is airing a special about her, and this has the Free Britney Yas Queens really upset. But one thing I've learned when it comes to TMZ, people love TMZ. When TMZ is reporting on, maybe celebrities that they don't care about as much, or TMZ is reporting on something that they like, but they hate TMZ when TMZ is reporting on something they don't like. For example, no one has a problem with TMZ when they're exposing Amber Heard and stuff like that. But when TMZ talks about Britney Spears, everyone gets all riled up. Now, some of this information that's pouring out has to do with recommendations. Recommendations that were left behind for Britney and the people around Britney after the conservatorship ended. Because these people, they don't ever live normal lives. There's always someone there with them. And I guess Britney's handlers, you know what I mean? They got left behind recommendations. One of those recommendations was to not let Britney Spears drive alone. Now, I know they haven't listened to those recommendations because Britney has already been out here running out of gas in the middle of LA, hopping in the back of strangers' vehicles, using their cell phones to call 911 because for some reason, Britney doesn't seem to have a phone of her own. Kind of weird, right? But hey, the Free Britney movement says that she is free and thriving. She's doing really well. Okay. Anyways, another one of these recommendations was to not allow Britney near sharp objects, to keep Britney Spears away from knives. Now, I'm no mental health expert, but I would like to think that if someone has mental health issues, the first thing you want to do is keep them away from sharp things. And when it comes to Britney Spears, it's being reported that she has a fascination with knives, and that she even sleeps with one under her pillow at night. And she has one on her pretty often. They say that she's paranoid, that one day someone's going to come in and grab her, confine her again, put her back in a conservatorship. So she's always waltzing around with these knives. Now think of Britney Spears and think of knives. I don't know about you all, but I would not want to be in the same room with Britney Spears and a knife. Halfway because of all the videos that I make, I'm sure she doesn't like them, and I'm probably public enemy number one when it comes to her. Speaking of, I say things on my videos pretty often that Britney Spears randomly, it seems like Britney Spears sometimes references the things that I say on my videos. I don't know how closely you all follow her Instagram, but recently she posted a picture of boobs. And she said some things in that caption that referenced what I said in one of my videos exactly. It was kind of weird, but that's the story for another day. Anyways, so we have these two recommendations that are being reported. How true is it? Obviously, I'm not there with Britney, but it seems believable. Another thing that is being reported is that Britney has an addiction. Now, this will come as a surprise to no one. I think a lot of people think that Britney's addicted to something, that Britney has problems, maybe substance abuse issues. A lot of people think that Britney's on drugs in her videos when she's twirling around and acting weird. I understand why people think that. It damn sure looks that way pretty often, right? Well, this addiction that's being reported is not an addiction to alcohol or drugs. It's an addiction to caffeine, energy drinks, coffee, you name it. It is being reported that Britney Spears drinks gallons upon gallons of energy drinks on a daily basis. Now, that's not good for you, but it may explain some of her jittery behavior, the burst of energy that she seems to have in a lot of her videos. You know, when I look at her videos, I think of like manic episodes. A lot of people with mental health issues, they get these spurts of pure, like, I don't want to say adrenaline, but just pure energy. And often they don't know where to put that energy. And for Britney, often it looks like she has these episodes where she's just running around, twirling in circles, doing these weird dances. And it looks like, a kindergartner. It looks like a toddler that has to get that little last burst of energy out. That's how Britney acts. And I always thought, it's because she has these little manic episodes. And that may still be the case. But also, what we're seeing here, apparently, if it's true what they say, we're watching Britney jacked up on gallons of freaking Red Bull, twirling in circles for hours. That's what she does. And it makes sense. It makes sense. It sounds more believable than a lot of the stuff that's floating out here about Britney. But you know what? A lot of the Free Britney people, they won't buy this. They won't believe this at all. A lot of the people who follow the Britney Spears story, they won't believe stuff like this that's being reported by the media. But they'll believe that Britney Spears is a body-swapped, body-double clone that constantly dances in front of green screens and all of this stuff. They'll believe that. But they won't believe that Britney may be out here jacked up on a bunch of Mountain Dew. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew. Have you ever seen, what is that? Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby? A really funny movie. But I want to hop into this article really quick. Britney Spears amped up on caffeine, coffee, Red Bull, and Celsius. Britney Spears drinks caffeine drinks by the gallon. Something experts say is not good, but unsurprising for people with mental illnesses. Sources with direct knowledge say that Britney guzzles Red Bull, Celsius, coffee, and dandelion tea almost non-stop. We're told she consumes so much caffeine that she sometimes stays awake for 3 days straight. Experts, including Dr. Drew, say that people with mental illnesses crave the high from these drinks, but it's not healthy at all. Now, obviously, it's not healthy to drink gallons and gallons of energy drinks. I know energy drinks aren't healthy to begin with, let alone consuming that much, but this makes a lot of sense to me. Because in Britney Spears' videos, I've been trying to nail down how she acts. And, I think this sounds more believable than a lot of the stuff that I see out there. And she does act like someone who's been up for 3 days sometimes, right? Does she not? Maybe that would explain how much she loves that caked on mascara look. I mean, it's out of style. It's really weird that Britney's always got, it just looks like 3 or 4 day old caked up mascara under her eyes. Is it there to cover the bags? Because she's been up for 3 or 4 days straight, spinning in circles, recording herself, trying on new cheap outfits. I think Britney being addicted to caffeine to the point that she's guzzling this stuff down, and Britney being up for days on end, I think that it makes a lot of sense because she acts just like someone who's on way too many energy drinks and probably hasn't slept in a long time. The question is, how long can she keep that up? And how does it affect the people around her? In my personal opinion, there's no denying that there's something wrong with Britney and something going on with Britney. And I know that this is something that everyone around her has to deal with on a daily basis. And I'm telling you all right now, they may be doing a good job of keeping up a facade and trying to cover things up now, but eventually, that house of cards is going to come crumbling down. And when it does, it's going to be even worse for Britney. I think that we should all be having an honest conversation about this. I think Britney needs to have someone sit down with her and have an honest conversation with her, and maybe even her loved ones as well. I don't trust Sam. I don't believe Sam's really there for her best interest. But regardless if he is or not, I know Sam has to see this. These people have to see what's happening before their eyes. And I wonder how they feel about it. Do they just not care? Are they just there to take advantage? Do they feel like they're trapped in a hard place? Because if you say, hey, something's wrong with Britney, you're going to have the internet coming for you. You know what I mean? I wonder what they feel. How do they feel? Do they regret getting rid of this conservatorship? What's really happening here? Because this whole narrative about Britney's being happy, Britney's happy now, living her best life, and all, we all know that's not true. We all know that. She knows that. That woman has not looked happy since the conservatorship ended. She even cries on Instagram while twirling in circles half the time. It's really weird. I think that everyone is basically starting to get fed up with this situation in their own ways. I think the media is getting tired of pulling punches when it comes to this story, because they have been. They've been pulling some punches. Now, I'm not saying that the media should go after Britney, but we know the media is going to do what the media is going to do. And I think that they're about done with that grace period. They're about to start digging in to some of the things that have been happening. I think they're fed up with taking it easy, I guess you could say. And I'm not saying that's right or wrong. That's what I feel. And that's what I've noticed. The, oh, woe is me, Britney's this victim, blah, 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 blah. I think that's kind of going out the window, and now they're ready to talk about a lot of the stuff that we've been wanting to talk about for the past year. I think that Britney's fan base, they're fed up. I think that casual Britney fans who aren't in the cult, I think they're fed up of seeing this nonsense on Instagram every day. I think they're fed up of having people tell them, or people, be mean to them when they try to point out something's wrong. I think even the people who think there's some big conspiracy going on, I think they're fed up with the conspiracies that they look into. I think we've finally reached this point where everyone is done. Everyone's done babying Britney. They're done hiding, their feelings about how they feel about everything that's been going on since she got out of the conservatorship. The media is done pulling punches. They're about to go ahead and do what they're going to do. And we're going to reach a point where I think a lot of things are going to start coming out. And, if the fans are fed up, if it appears the media is fed up, casual people like me, I'm fed up with the story. I imagine the people closest to her are getting fed up as well. So what's going to happen here is worst case scenario, in my opinion. I think it's all going to just boil over at once, because no one has been honest about this situation since this woman got out of the conservatorship. People have been biting their tongue. People have been trying to be nice. People have been ducking and hiding from the truth. And like I said, it's all going to reach a boiling point, and it just feels like it's coming soon. I could feel it in the air. But let me know your thoughts about this, though, down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, ring that notification bell, and look at yourself in the mirror and do your best Britney Spears dance tonight. And I will talk to you all in the next video.